I have something to show you.
Okay, fine. What was this? Did they say you should come and do advert?
No. So for my birthday, I wanted to do something that really touched my heart. I changed, I have to look aside from the praising and everything. After myself, in fact, I'm 24. I want to pay myself. I'm doing my 24th year birthday, so I got myself a house.
This is your house?
Yes.
Stop, now don't do
Yes, sir. This is my house.
This is your house?
Yes.
This is your house?
Yes.
Jesus Christ,
Jesus! Hey! Hey, Lord! Jesus! Vincent! Hey!
Oh my God! I love this place. Oh my God! I'm so proud. Don't worry.
I'm so proud of you.
I'll make Nigeria proud. Thank you so much for supporting me. My best creative director. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Wow. James Brown, who is actually James Chukwueze Obiolo, has bought himself a house on his 24th birthday. Let's discuss this and a few others. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome to my channel, Kojes Yans Media. How are you doing today? Hope that they do fine, hope that they do well. I am Ernest Omozukwe Adebayo Okoje. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell to get future notifications on our posts. And if you are not new, when you are through this video, please click the thumbs up to give us some thumbs up, and then comment and share this video so that you can help our channel grow. Thank you. Wow. Let's celebrate with James Brown, whose real name is James Chukwueze Obialo. He was actually born in on 22nd of February 1999, Nigeria. We all know him. He's a popular cross-dresser who came into limelight about 3-4 years ago when he was amongst the persons that were raided in a place that was suspected by the Nigerian police to be a place where homosexuals, gather. And we know what transpired, where he said that he had HIV and that he was just doing it for fun and all of that. But eventually, they were released, and ever since then, he has gained stardom and is making way for himself. A few days ago, he clocked 24, and he surprised his family with a house he got for himself on his birthday. He, in the video, you hear him on his YouTube channel. You hear him in the video talking to his one of his younger siblings that he has always dreamt of having his own house before he becomes 24. And in fact, it's a beautiful small mansion, and I'm impressed. I'm happy for him. He's doing fine for himself. He's doing fine for his family. He surprised everybody. He kept it as a secret. The cross-dresser turned 24 on Wednesday and gifted himself a new house. James Brown, who had kept his new house plans under wraps, had taken them by surprise as he informed them that he is now a landlord. Yes, so he's not a landlord. You should call him a landlord or a landlady. Of course, he doesn't even claim to be a lady. He keeps saying that he has, saying get polar in case he get girlfriend, get polar, he can do something. So he doesn't really come to say this. He just wants to be seen as a cross-dresser because there's money. Being a lady sells in the world, and so taking on that personality has made him to become rich. And he grew up 24 buying a house. That house is nothing less than 14 million naira. So of course, he has been doing well for himself. So I'm happy for him. How I surprised my family with the house I gifted myself for my 24th birthday. That was the caption on his YouTube channel. So he's doing well. Congratulations to you, James Brown. And if I want to address you by your real name, I will just say James Chukwueze Obiolo. Congratulations. Yeah, this is a sad one. Coming. It has to do with the current election. Peter Obi reacts to the killing of Oyibo Chukwu. It's so sad that people will just feel that they have the right to take away another person's life. We all know that the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi has condemned the killing of Enugu East senatorial candidate, of the Labour Party. He was assassinated, gunned down by unknown gunmen on Wednesday evening. It's so sad. I don't know why they will do that. They feel threatened. He's a barrister. They feel threatened. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know. Nobody can just say it's opposition. Nobody can say it's people he has dealings with or anything. But we don't know who came for him. But we all know that it happened just a few days to the election on Wednesday, just 4 days to the start of the election. It was gunned down. Peter Obi on his Twitter handle wrote, "I received with deep shock and sadness the news of the painful killing of Barrister Oyibo Chukwu, the senatorial candidate of Labour Party for Enugu East Senatorial zone. INEC has since postponed the election for the seats of the Senate for that region. I don't know what the constitution says about something like that, but I think the party would have to field another candidate, and then the election will be taken at a much more later date. It's just unfortunate. This man has family, he has children, and there's so much shedding of blood in the southeast. Of course, it's in different regions and all of that. But if we are fighting to ensure that we get a good future, and luckily or fortunately for them, their region is producing that person in the person of Peter Obi, I think that and they should do him that favor and honor of having and maintaining some decorum there, so that federal government doesn't impose some things that would definitely affect the chances of Peter Obi. It's just so unfortunate. I know people are not happy about this. And you know, that's the same place Chimaroke, you know, is from, and people are always saying, calling for him to be questioned by the police. But I don't know why anybody would want to do that. And I'm not pointing fingers, but you know, anytime something like this happens, people would want to look at the opposition party. And unfortunately, the opposition party there is PDP. PDP is fielding a strong candidate also for that position, and we hope that the people of this dastard act are brought to book soon. Oh, so now let's move to the foreign scene. Russia becomes the world's most sanctioned country with over 14,000 sanctions. This is crazy. What has Putin gotten Russia into? And before the invasion of we all know that all these predicaments that's befalling Russia came after the invasion of his smaller neighbor Ukraine. Ukraine is the second biggest European country, you know, and it was invaded by Russia, and the West didn't find that funny at all. They came with their full military, with their full might, rather economic might, on Russia. And I'm sure, I hope Russia survives this. You know, in 2022, Russia's ruble, you know, was very strong against the dollar and all of that. That was because Russia had already, Putin had already put in place some measures to ensure to strengthen ruble, like I forgot some of all those economic terms, jargons they said he used, like strengthening their central bank and all of that, using their reserves, you know, to support and all of that. But of course, all those things are depleting, and Russia thought that this war would just last for, you know, maybe a few days by decapitating Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. But unfortunately, he met tough resistance and opposition, and he realized that they were more united, you know, than he had thought. And then, as the invasion progressed, the West started to send ammunition and supplies, you know, to Ukraine, and that has made the war to last for a year. Now, this February, the war has become 1 year old and is still on, and we know that Russia is planning an offensive, and Ukrainians are asking the West for more weapons like the F-16 jets, you know, but it requires some form of training. They're asking for tanks, Abrams tanks from America, and Germany of recent has allowed one of the countries that he sold some of his own tanks to supply these tanks, I think Poland, to Russia, to Ukraine. So of course, more people are dying in Ukraine because Russia is attacking the civilian, both military and civilian infrastructure. So what Ukraine is doing is defense. So Ukraine is trying to push Russia out. So the people that Ukrainians are basically killing are the Russian military personnel. But Russia is attacking schools, anything, especially their power grid and all of that. And in doing that, they are killing civilians. It's just unfortunate. I wish Russia, Putin did not make this mistake. But of course, in the end, I wouldn't blame Russia and I wouldn't blame Ukraine. Ukraine, everything is for them is existential and a mutual mistrust. Russia would not want his neighbor, Ukraine, to join a military bloc, NATO, whom Russia sees as an existential threat. And Ukraine, on the other hand, would not want Russia to invade it in the future one day. So, to get security guarantees, Ukraine tries to join NATO. So you see it now. And so in the end, what has brought this is because of history. In the past, we saw how the Nazi Germany attacked a lot of European countries, you know, invaded them, took over until the Allied forces came, and which led to the Second World War and all of that. So people have always had that kind of fear, and Russia has always shown that tendency. Like when it invaded Georgia, it invaded one other country like that. So like the Moldova, all those smaller countries there, they've always had this fear. And now what Russia has even done has now pushed some countries to go and join NATO, for instance, now, or to apply for NATO membership, like Poland and one other country. So it's just a few countries that supported Russia's invasion openly, like Belarus. Belarus has openly supported them, while a few other countries have, you know, kept a neutral position. But we know what they are doing. Like Israel is keeping a neutral position, but we know that Israel ordinarily would have supported Ukraine. But for his own security reasons, it's not going to just support Ukraine openly, because Russia is keeping Iran at check, in Israel, but we know other pariah countries like North Korea, Iran, China, they are all supporting Russia, and we've seen the drones used to attack Ukraine as supplied by the Iranian government. While of recent now, we are beginning to hear that North Korea may be supplying cruise missiles. And then of recent, China has even come into the picture, because the foreign minister of China was in Russia. So we don't know what China wants to do. But now, to quickly give us a breakdown of the stats. Before the war, Russia had just 2,754 sanctions. Now, it has, during the war, after February, it got 11,327, which has now made it to become 14,081. The second closest to Russia is Iran, with overall total of 4,191. That's about 10,000 difference. So even though we think that America and some of the Western countries are doing so much damage to Iranian economy, just imagine what they are doing to Russia. Almost times 4 of what they are doing to Iran. Then we have Syria, North Korea, Belarus, Myanmar, and then the list of the listed ones is Venezuela, with just about 651 sanctions. What most sanctioned countries? Then we look at the countries that have sanctioned Russia. Of course, the big cat there is United States, with about 1,900 and something. We have Switzerland, we have Canada, we have UK, we have France, we have Australia, we have European Union, we have even Japan, 919. It's just unfortunate. And a lot of so what sanctions have been placed on Russia? On their individuals, that's on people, top people in Russia, either in the military or in the business section. We have about 9,117. We have on entities, like organizations, about 2,000. We have on vessels, there are cruise ship, there are other kind of vessels, on the water, about 96, and then aircraft, about 24. They're just trying to paralyze and bring Russia to his knees. But I just wish Putin had not invaded Ukraine. If Putin had made threats, protests, and appeal and diplomacy, I think American and other countries would have backed off, would have advised NATO, Ukraine not to seek NATO membership. But Russia wanted to come in that hawkish position, and trust me, most of their ammunitions are depleting in their thousands. And I hope Russia, and that's why countries like France told them that they should save Russia some form of put in some form of face by trying to dialogue and end this thing in compromise, because a military defeat for Russia will spell doom, because Putin would not want that. He would make his oligarchs and other people in his country turn against him. That would be political suicide for him. And at the same time, if the battle can be won, nobody knows. He's just people are really worried, because he's either the biggest or the second biggest nuclear power, and Russia has enough nukes to nuke the whole world 3 times over. So we hope they resolve this amicably, and I hope everybody comes out better. And I think Russia should also just leave the 4 regions it has annexed in Ukraine, and so let peace return to that region. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I'll try to respond individually to everybody on this. And so back to the local scene. Wike to Rivers voters: trust my chosen presidential candidate. I won't mislead you. But Wike has not even officially come out to tell us who his presidential candidate is. We know that, of course, he has made some nice gestures to Bola Asiwaju Tinubu, because he hosted him in the States, and we also know that the Oyo State governor did the same thing, and Oyo State governor did not do the same to Peter Obi. But so we are wondering who is Wike supporting. But Wike is a very smart person. Wike wants power to come to the south, definitely, and Wike is not ready to leave PDP, so he's trying to undermine Atiku's chances for being greedy and selfish. But the problem now is that he would not want to lose, so he would never want to. As much as he would know that his people want Peter Obi, he may not want to trade with behind Peter Obi, because he would think that Peter Obi may not win the general election. So if he supports Peter Obi and Peter Obi loses, it's lose-lose for him. He has lost his party's favor, and of course, Tinubu probably will not give him special recognition. But supporting Tinubu and maybe Tinubu wins, of course, I know he's not seeking any political favor per se, so that will make him still relevant in the political landscape. He said this on, I think on Thursday. Wike said he would not mislead the people, maintaining that he would continue to project the interest of the state at all times. The governor spoke on Thursday while inaugurating some critical road projects in Port Harcourt local government area. I know his arch enemy in the country, in the state rather, who is the transport minister, Rotimi Amechi, is a member of APC, and people are even suspecting that Amechi is working for Tinubu for Atiku underground PDP. So he should try to make peace with Amechi and see how they can make that state become relevant in the new dispensation. If whether Tinubu wins or Peter Obi wins, but he's just trying to create a soft landing for himself. He said, when you have an opportunity, when the people give you their confidence, you must also make them happy. How do you make them happy? It is by making sure you provide them with things that change their environment, with things that will better their lives, with things that will improve economic activities in their area. But it's unfortunate that he never openly said it. So he has been speaking in parables. He should tell us who he's supporting, because because he's already losing some form of credibility with the way he's already making people make a caricature of him with respect to the G5 stand and the like, because we know that the Oyo State governor has openly supported Tinubu, while the Benue State government has openly supported Peter Obi. Now, while I'm not the end at all, now it's interesting that a lot of them are people in the people that the clergy are trained at giving their opinions and prophecies and predictions on who would win. Of recent, a prophetess in the name of Olubori reveals the outcome of the election. She said that she said some things in her video circulating. She's a UK-based prophetess, and she shared her vision on who, in which she saw the outcome of the incoming presidential election. Olubori asserted that in the spiritual realm, God has endorsed Peter Obi in the spiritual realm, as the winner of the election. Nevertheless, according to the ballot counting, Atiku emerged as the top candidate. Despite this, she predicted that Tinubu would continue will continue leading or something like that. That Tinubu would be declared the winner. And a lot of persons have attacked that, like people like Iyabo Ojo, Kogbagidi, and others have reacted to it, and they have seen it as another false prophecy. And it's crazy because in it, she also said that whoever is declared the winner, others will go to Supreme Court to challenge, the victory, and then that could throw the country into some form of turmoil. So we hope that, everything is resolved amicably, and we hope that, the right person for the job emerges the winner. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I'll try to give appropriate response to every comment I come across. Thank you. See you next time.